Guys, what is going on? Pilot Manny here with the RC Plane Addict. I want to welcome you to my channel, a place where I get to share my passion and the crashes of these RC planes. You are not going to believe what I've got out here today. I mean, like, I feel like this is such a saga going on with me. I won't let it go. I will not let it go. That's right. You're looking at the E-Flite Havoc. It is a total beat down champion. If you had seen the video from last week, you would know that I put it nose down into the dirt. I mean, total lawn dart. And if you'd seen the video before that, you would see that I rolled it and stalled on takeoff and completely sectioned into two. This is like, honestly, the third or the fourth repair I've done on this plane, and I won't let it go. I mean, I spoke to, well, I've heard from subscribers on Instagram, and I guess my question is, you know, how many times can you repair a plane? Like, at what point do you let it go? And one of my subs said, I mean, as many times as you're willing to fix it. I mean, that kind of made sense to me. But yeah, I won't let it go, and I'm actually shocked that I was able to put it back together as well as I did. I mean, believe it or not, everything works. Everything works. The retracts worked, the flaps work, the ailerons work, the rudder works, the elevator works. It all works. It's like some kind of miracle. The only thing that really broke that I can't seem to do anything about is this latching system. So I just put some Velcro in there to kind of hold things down. But you know, this is like a tongue and groove up here, so that holds it down. And obviously, like, the form is just. But you know what? I'm not even worried about aesthetics anymore. I'm not. I want to see it get off the ground. I want to see it fly, you know, a few patterns and then just bring it down. And I did that. I was successful. I want to tell you, I just flew this plane. I wanted to do it off camera. I know I should have been putting it on camera, but you know what? It's just, you guys don't want to see all this crazy, or maybe you do want to see this crazy. It's turning into, like, you know, a Pilot Manny failure freaking channel. But you know what? I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna show you guys how it flies. I just have to hot glue some Velcro down. The cold seems to kind of kill the adhesive on the Velcro, and it's like 10-pound test Velcro. That or the paint's giving. I don't know. You figure it out. And I'm gonna throw it back up in the air for you, and you can see for yourselves. The only thing I kind of noticed, and I don't know if it was from like the battery pack that I was using, or if it's because no one's been really maintaining the lawn. I mean, the lawn is maintained. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't know when they last cut it, is I guess what I'm trying to say. It took a long run. Like, I had to abort on the first run, and then on the second run, it just barely lifted off, but it got off. And needless to say, I have corrected a few errors in my ways. One, don't put your flaps down until you are totally lined up with the runway, okay? I mean, like, you're square with the runway. The only thing you're doing is going either, you know, pitching down or leveling off. That's the first thing I've learned to do. I'm not even touching my flaps until I know the thing is lined up and ready with the runway. Two, read the manual. I read the manual for this thing, and it told me to do a few things. I checked my dual rates. I wasn't too far off. I just kind of dialed in just a few things. I mean, like millimeters, literally 1 or 2. It wasn't even a big deal. But this is something that I thought was pretty interesting. It wanted me to put in reflex as a standard. And what reflex is your ailerons are like literally 2 millimeters in the up position. So it's like 2 complete turns on those control horns to give your elevators a slightly up position. And I'm assuming it helps with, like, the washout, whatever that means. I guess it's, you know, the way the air kind of flows around the wing, and it kind of helps prevent, or I guess make stalling less of an issue. And it worked. It worked beautifully. I had very little trim to do, and I didn't really notice much, I guess, difference in performance from the jet. So I'm using reflex. One other thing I am doing, there's a little bit of wind. I don't know if you've noticed. You see the stock, it's kind of blowing. There's some crosswind, and I did put in the Admiral Stability Plus receiver, which has a built-in gyro and this, like, quote-unquote safe mode, but they call it, I don't even know what they call it. Recovery mode. So it's on my button on my NX8. So if I feel myself losing orientation, or, you know, it drops a wing, whatever, I can, like, you know, juice it, hit that recovery mode, and it's supposed to basically self-right the plane, like, instantly. So that's kind of helping me just as I kind of get this plane back into shape. So all right, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's just fly. All right, let's get a fresh battery in here. Check it, make sure everything looks good. 98%. Take it. All right. Whew. Oh, you know what I do need? I need that double-sided tape on this. Unless I have another battery that has it, but whatever. Not doing any aerobatics today, boys. All right, juice it. Everything was good. I'm still flying with, I think it's funny, I still have the repair tape on the plane. Whatever, it'll help hold it together a little better. Oh man, it's hilarious. Yeah, it looks like, all right, I think we're ready. As always, I kind of walk this thing down. Looks like the wind's dying out for us. Yeah, like that. I don't know if you can hear that. It's the gyros twitching around on the plane. It's pretty cool. The wind kind of died out for us, which is just somewhat nice. I'm gonna leave everything as is though, as I just flew it. Take it all the way down the runway. Oh God. She should be good. So I'm flying on mid rates on the elevator, low rates on the ailerons, low rates on, mid rates on the rudder. So just checking to make sure everything works again. Everything looks good. Good, good, good. Good. Excellent. All right. So one thing about this plane though, it just comes in so hot. It's ridiculous. I don't even know how to explain it. All right, you'll have to excuse me if I don't talk much. A lot of concentration on this. It's like the wind is almost right down the runway, which is good for us. Take it. All right, going up. It's kind of weird. Didn't have enough juice to get up. So this is kind of like what I was dealing with last time. Like, she just didn't want to get her nose up, so I had to abort. Like, if that plane gets like 3/4 of the way down the runway and it doesn't want to get up, I kind of just kill it. As part of the issue with this plane, and that is like really like leaning back. I think that might have something to do with it.
Throttle cut off.
It's the stuff that worries me about this jet, man. Here we go. Get it off the ground. There we go.
Flaps out. Gear up. Time remaining 3 minutes.
Just trimming it So what you're hearing right now, she still wants to pitch up a little. I'll tell you what, this plane can take a beating, man. I'm trying to keep it close, but like at the same token, I don't want to run it too steeply, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time controlling like just how close I want it. And I'm just doing circuit flying at the moment. I don't want to do anything fancy and lose control over it. Trying to learn its characteristics, especially after the repairs. Yeah, you guys get it. I do have to admit though, there is something to be said about the reflex in that wing. I don't know if it's more sluggish or, yeah, it's hard for me to explain to you really. All right, I'm putting the gear down. I'm gonna try to line it back up for landing. So like I said before, I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna line it up with the runway. And once I feel that she's lined up, dropping flaps, and I'm just dropping takeoff flaps. I'm giving it some down input, and she's down. There we go. 30 seconds left on a 4-minute timer, and that was, you know, a bunch of runs going back and forth on the deck. And so I think you can already see how like this plane was just behaving very different from before. Like I didn't have it dropping a wing so much, and you can see those ailerons, they're not level with the flaps. So that's the reflex that I was talking about. They're slightly in that up position, and I gotta be honest, like I'm totally happy with it. And if that's what it takes to fly this plane, then I'm all for it. So 30 seconds left on a 4-minute timer. Let's see where the battery's at. I'm actually kind of curious, especially since we were running it so hard on the deck there. And I got another battery with me, so I'm definitely gonna try to take it up one more time before I leave today. But yeah, this is kind of what I've been like looking for with this plane. Just some consistent flight. And it's so sad that I put it into the dirt and really just destroyed its body. You know, I do plan on painting it again and just trying to give it back some of its former glory, but it'll never be the same, unfortunately. 14% left on that battery, so I'm a little bit lower than I would have liked to have been, but you know what? Take it, whatever. It was a safe flight. Guys, I don't know if you can believe what you've just seen or not, but I mean, that was, to me, these are like the small things that kind of make this hobby just like unbelievable. You know, like having a problem, you know, pushing past the problem and trying to have success. And it's like these small successes out of all these crashes that just make this hobby so worthwhile to me, and why I keep coming back to it. Because honestly, I don't have many jets. Like, I think you've seen the majority of my planes are either mid-wing, high wings. I got a couple of warbirds. I mean, and that's really it. Like, I don't really get into this kind of stuff. Like, I have a very fast plane, the EFX Racer, and that's a mid-wing, but it's not a jet, and it's not big and heavy like this. And you know, these types of things just take so much more care, I feel like, and precision. it's also like a certain nerve. Like if you can't seem to calm yourself down or fly within like, I guess a certain threshold of anxiety, you end up losing, you know, your I guess your connection with the plane, and then things just go awry. And you know, it's just when things go bad, it's important to take a step back, you know, take a breath, relax, maybe a day or two, and come back to the problem and just try it again. And I'm glad that, you know, everything's working out for the best here, because eventually I do plan to get another jet, but not until I know that I can fly these jets with confidence, for one, and with, you know, like I said, that level of, I guess, anxiety being low, so I don't lose my mind flying. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. This was definitely a huge success for me. Please give me some comments, a thumbs up, share with your friends. You know, tell him Pilot Manny's been cracking up this plane over and over again. He finally got to fly. Hallelujah. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I'm putting out videos still every Friday at 1 o'clock. Weather's getting cold, but we're dealing. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.